My advocacy is awareness of the youth to sex education to avoid circumstances. Defining sex education is quite often misunderstood as only being or referring to teaching with regards to the act of having sex or sexual intercourse, when in fact sex education is concerned with a broad spectrum of topics. Would you want to have your child to have some disease? Or your child get pregnant at a very young age? Are you willing to understand that sex education can help you to avoid poverty? Can you accept the fact that sex education can't harm you? Instead, it can help you in many ways. Today, my advocacy is all about awareness of the youth to sex education to avoid circumstances. But first, let me tell you the definition of sex education. What is sex education? Sex education is the instruction of issues relating to human sexuality, including emotional relations and responsibilities, human sexual anatomy, sexual activity, sexual reproduction, age of consent, reproductive health, safe sex, and birth control. Sex education may be provided by parents or caregivers or as part of school programs and public health organizations. The Filipino youth are engaging sexual activities, mostly with no idea of the risks and consequences of such acts. In a society where it is taboo to talk about sex, where it only whispered in the homes and always an awkward topic when brought up by parents. Furthermore, it is very common to see that these who are poor and have a little or no education are also the ones who have plenty of children, while those in the middle class having received formal training and have graduated from college bear and care for 2 to 3 children only. Currently, in the Philippine landscape, there are high instances of teenage pregnancy, high infant mortality rate, low female educational attainment, and a high incidence of poverty, and studies have shown that a lack of education, information, and awareness is liable to have created these problems, which compound into more complex problems, inequality, and injustice in today's society. All in all, being aware and educated, especially in terms of sex and sexuality, creates more benefits for the individual and the country as a whole. Using contraceptives at all times is a must in doing sexual intercourse so that we can avoid unwanted pregnancy and unwanted transmitted disease that can affect the rest of our lives. We should not shame talking about sex education. Instead, we should boast ourselves that we have the right knowledge about the thing. It will benefit us all when we do the right way. And lastly, can you stand the responsibility after the sex?